Ranked 311 on Forbes 400 Richest in the U.S. Passionate, goal-oriented, innovative, and creative. Today, no one company sells more coffee drinks to more people in more places than Howard Schultz, CEO of Starbucks. He was born on July 19, 1953, in Brooklyn, New York, United States of America. Growing up, he didn't really like school nor knew what he wanted to do with his life. He was quite confused and didn't know where he wanted to go, but went to Northern Michigan University and got a Bachelor of Science degree in Communications. He was one of the first in his family to go to university, but only on an athletic scholarship. In 1980, he worked as North American General Manager of Director of Sales at Hammerplast, a Swedish drip coffee manufacturer. Being a very observant individual, and while working for Hammerplast, he noticed the growing orders of plastic cone filters made by Starbucks coffee distributor in Seattle. And so he decided to take a trip to Seattle, impressed by Starbucks' authenticity and knowledge in the coffee business. He met with the original Starbucks owners, Jerry Baldwin, Gordon Boker, and Zev Ziegel. After meeting the three, a whole new world of coffee business opened up to him. When he walked into the first Starbucks distribution store, he remembers saying that he knew he was home and that the product spoke to him. In 1982, he began working for Starbucks as Director of Marketing. Starbucks at the time only sold quality coffee beans, not yet drinks. In 1983, on a buying trip to Italy, he noticed coffee and espresso cafes everywhere. He noticed that they weren't just a place that served coffee, but also a meeting place for people to socialize. He states that he not only saw the romance in coffee, but also a community, and that the connection people had to coffee, a place between work and home. He saw a demand and market for coffee bars. He tried to persuade the original founders of Starbucks to do the same, to initially take the company and make it into a cafe business. However, he remembers them saying that they didn't want it to get into the restaurant business and that they were strictly in the bean business. In 1985, the owners let him open a coffee bar in one of the stores in Seattle. It was instant success and introduced a whole new language, the cafe latte. However, the original owners said they didn't want to go big. Frustrated, Schultz left the company to start his own cafe business. He needed $400,000 as capital, so Baldwin and Boker offered to help along with his doctor, who was impressed by Schultz's energy to take a gamble. In 1986, Schultz opened his first store, Il Giornale, inspired from his Italian trip, and bought Starbucks off the owners for $3.8 million. With Starbucks coffee shops in mind, Schultz believed that Americans will be willing to pay high prices for coffee. By the end of 1987, he had 11 stores, 100 employees, and a mission to build a national brand. Starbucks offered comprehensive health coverage for both full and part-time employees, amongst one of the first in the industry, and still remains committed to providing health benefits for all of its workers. In the year of 2000, Schultz resigned from CEO and stepped down on what would be an 8-year hiatus. He returned to CEO and to Starbucks in 2008 with a new mindset. We're not in the business of filling bellies, we're in the business of filling souls. Starbucks offered its initial public offering in 1992, which led to Starbucks' booming growth. It opened 140 new outlets with the revenue of $73.5 million from the $1.3 million, and increased Starbucks' share value up 70% the following year. Howard Schultz talks about making sure the growth of Starbucks doesn't dilute the company's culture. His goal of leadership is for the company to act like a small business, essentially meaning for everyone to work like a family, along with its consumers and customers. Aside from marketing their products, they market their culture through social media by using hashtag campaigns, so all their customers can be a part of that culture. Recently, Starbucks launched hashtag #MeetMeAtStarbucks and hashtag HowWeMet. These were people sharing their stories and pictures of how they met the significant people who changed their life at Starbucks. One significant and crucial element of business that makes Starbucks so cool and so different and unique from any other coffee store is how they target to their market. Taking up 49% of its total business, Starbucks targets men and women aged 25 to 40 of middle-class income. They appeal through hip contemporary design and relaxing store environments to find between work and home, keeping its products current as status symbols, growing at 3% annually. Taking 40% of its total business, Starbucks also targets young adults, mainly girls and guys aged 18 to 24. They appeal by providing an environment with free Wi-Fi, a place to study, hang out, meet for academic clubs, and meet new people. They appeal through introducing technology, focusing on social networking, and creating an overall cool image to be talked about. It grows at a 4.6% each year. Throughout the 1990s, Starbucks blossomed into an American giant, growing from a local retail business into a national name with more than 1,300 units. Since Schultz returned to Starbucks, revenue has only grown, growing 12% from $10.383 billion to $14.892 billion. We're in the business of filling souls.